Hello everyone, welcome to all of you in Smart Study ACCA. My name is Azizur Rahman and I will be teaching taxation subject during this session. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Azizur Rahman. I'm an ACCA member. I'm also a CPA member and I'm also a BIFA member. I'm teaching this subject from almost last 11 years now. And I teach F6, which is taxation, as well as P6, which is ATX, advanced taxation. Apart from taxation, I also teach F3, which is financial accounting, and FR or F7, which is financial reporting. So these are four my favorite subjects, and I'm teaching these subjects from last 11 years. Apart from teaching, I'm also a tax consultant. I'm also providing consultancy services to different UK firms, and I'm working as a tax advisor in a firm as well. So this is a brief introduction regarding your teacher. And now let's start our subject, which is taxation. Students, taxation or tax means part or portion. Part or portion. So what is tax? Tax is basically part or portion of our income which we pay to tax authorities against the facilities which we are receiving from the tax authorities or from the state. So what is tax? Part of income which we give to tax authorities or in simple words which we give to state against the facilities provided by the state. So what is tax? Tax is basically our contribution against the facilities which we are receiving from the state. So what are the facilities which we are receiving from the state? I'm just going to give you a few examples. First of all, just like security. So state is responsible for the securities of its citizens. So the state is providing security services. And we are contributing against this facility. Medical. Your state is providing medical facilities to the citizens, and against those facilities we are paying, we are contributing, and that contribution is called tax. Education. So every state, every government provide free education facilities to its citizens, And obviously, the general public will contribute against these facilities, which is called tax. Infrastructure. So government is providing the facilities of infrastructure, roads, and something like that. So once again, we are contributing against these facilities, which is called tax. So what is tax? Tax is basically part or portion of our income which we will contribute towards state against the facilities which we are receiving from the state. Now, students, basically there are different types of tax. If we will discuss the types of tax from payment perspective, so from payment perspective, there are two types of tax. One is called direct tax. There are so many types of tax, but right now we are discussing from payment perspective. So one is direct tax. As the name explains by itself, what is direct tax? Tax paid to the tax authorities directly. For example, uh, on my income, I will pay tax to the tax authorities, to the state directly. So the tax paid directly to the state or tax authorities is called direct tax. And second one is indirect tax. What is indirect tax? Tax which is paid to the tax authorities through a channel or through an intermediary. So that's why it is called indirect tax, because we are not paying this tax to the tax authorities directly. So these are the two types of tax from payment perspective. Now, next one is direct tax. So what are the types of direct tax? Students, there are different types of direct tax which we will pay to tax authorities directly. First of all, the very first type is called income tax. What is income tax? Tax paid on income. Tax paid by an individual on his income. Tax paid by an individual on his income is called income tax. So please remember, only individuals pay income tax. Companies do not pay income tax. There is a separate type of tax which is paid by the companies, and we will discuss that type in a while. But please remember, income tax is only paid by individuals on their income. So what are the different types? What are the types of income on which individuals are going to pay tax? So what are the types of income on which individuals are going to pay tax? For example, if someone is employed, if I'm working somewhere and obviously I'm earning from my job, so any income earned from my job is called employment income. So individual may have employment income. If I have a building and obviously that is in spare capacity, so I can rent out that building. So I can earn income in the form of rentals. So the second type of the income can be rental income. Next one, if I'm running a sole trader business, if I'm running a business and that is a sole trader business, then obviously I have trading profit. And next one, if I have deposited my money, if I have invested my money somewhere, and obviously I'm going to receive returns on those investments. And the type of return is called interest income. For example, if I have deposited my money in my bank account, and obviously I'm going to receive interest on my bank deposits, and that is also an income. Next one, dividend income. As you all know from your earlier studies, if we have purchased shares of a company, we are going to receive income on those shares that is called dividend income. Maybe there is pension income. If you are a retired individual, then you will receive pension income on monthly basis. So these are the different types of incomes which an individual may have, and the individual will add all these incomes for the year, and individual is going to pay income tax on total of these incomes. So these are the different types of income, and we will discuss how to calculate each type of the income in our syllabus. So we will discuss all these incomes one by one later on in our syllabus. So the very first type of the direct tax is called income tax, and this is paid by the individuals on their income. Second one. The second type is called capital gains tax. Capital gains tax. Once again, this tax is paid by individuals. Tax paid by individuals tax paid by the individuals on their capital gains. So just like income tax, tax paid on the income is called income tax, and the tax paid on the capital gains is called capital gain tax. And what are the capital gains? So students, you're all familiar with the term non-current assets. So we have discussed these terms in your earlier studies. And what is capital gain? Basically, profit on sale of non-current assets. Profit on sale of non-current assets. So whenever you are going to sell a non-current asset, for example, you are going to sell a building, you are going to sell shares. So in these cases, you will calculate capital gain, you will calculate profit, and that profit on non-current assets is called capital gain, and you are going to pay tax on that capital gain. That tax is called capital gains tax. I'm repeating once again. Profit on sale of non-current assets is called capital gain, and tax paid on that capital gain is called capital gains tax. Next one. Inheritance tax. As the name explains by itself, tax paid on those assets which we have received in inheritance. So, whenever we are going to receive any asset in inheritance, we are receiving these assets as a gift. So, basically, inheritance tax is tax on gifts, tax on gifts received in the inheritance. So, in simple words, tax on the gifts is called inheritance tax. Whenever there will be a gift, whenever there will be a gift, so you should remember, you should keep in mind that maybe inheritance tax is payable. So inheritance tax is basically a tax which is applicable on gifts. Next one, corporation tax. Friends, first three types of the taxes, which are income tax, capital gains tax, and inheritance tax. These three types of taxes are paid by the individuals. So these are the three types of tax which are paid by the individuals. Now we are moving towards company. So corporation tax is paid by the company. So basically, as we have just discussed, what is income tax? Tax paid by an individual on his income is called income tax. And the tax paid by an individual on his capital gain is called capital gains tax. So individuals are paying two different tax on their income and capital gains. If an individual will sell any non-current asset, he is going to pay tax on profit called capital gains tax. But as far as companies are concerned, so companies will add their income and capital gains. Company will add their incomes and company will add capital gains. So maybe company has income in the form of trading profit. Company may have income in the form of rental income. Company may have income in the form of interest income. So company will add all of the incomes. Company will also add capital gains, means if the company has sold a non-current asset, company will calculate profit on that non-current asset, which is called capital gain. So company will add capital gain over here. So this is total profit of the company. So this is total profit of the company, and company is going to pay tax on this total profit. Company will pay corporation tax on this total profit. So all these four types of taxes are paid directly to the tax authorities. That's why these types are called direct tax. On the other hand, if we will move towards indirect tax, types of indirect tax. So in our syllabus, there is only one type of indirect tax, which is called value added tax. Value added tax. In some countries, it is also called sales tax. And in some countries, it is called GST, General Sales Tax. So anyways, in the UK, it is called value added tax. So right now, we are studying UK taxation. So in the UK, it is called value added tax. So this is a tax paid to the tax authorities indirectly. For example, being general public, if we are going to purchase anything from a superstore, we are going to pay tax to the superstore. They are going to pay tax to their supplier, and finally the first producer will pay this tax to the tax authorities. So if I'm purchasing anything if I'm purchasing anything from a superstore, I'm not paying tax directly to the tax authorities. I'm paying the tax to the superstore, and obviously he is going to pay to tax authorities. That's why value added tax is called indirect tax. So students, these are the 5 types of tax which we will cover in our paper. So first one is income tax, second one is capital gains tax, third one is inheritance tax, fourth one is corporation tax, and fifth one is called value added tax. So these are the 5 types of tax which we will cover, which we will study in our taxation paper. Now let's move towards paper pattern. Students, there are 3 sections of your taxation paper. Section A, there will be 15 MCQs, also called OTs, objective test. So there are 15 basically MCQs in section A, 2 marks each. So 30 marks in total. In the section B, students, there will be 3 questions. And in every question, there will be 5 MCQs. So it means 3 questions, and each question have 5 MCQs. So in total, there will be 15 MCQs. 2 marks each. So once again, this section have 30 marks. And in the section C, there will be 3 questions. Question number 1 will be of 15 marks. Question number 2, 15 marks. And basically these are long questions. These are called constructive response questions. These are basically long questions. So you need to solve these questions in detail. So in this way, there are total 100 marks for this exam. And we don't have any option to leave any of the area of the syllabus. There are 5 broad areas for our syllabus. First one is income tax, second one is capital gains tax, third one is inheritance tax, corporation tax, and value added tax. So our syllabus is basically consist of these 5 areas. So you cannot skip any area because any section will test all of the areas. Now let's discuss few problems or few difficulties you are going to face in this paper and how we are going to solve these problems. The very first problem is huge syllabus. F6 have very huge syllabus. So if you will purchase the book of you will look at the book. So I guess there are almost 1000 plus pages. So then what is the solution? Students, I will provide my smart notes. They are around 45 pages. So these notes are very concise, very comprehensive, and these notes will cover everything. So you just need to memorize these 45 pages and then you need to focus on practice. I'm not saying that you should not use book. So the first priority should be smart notes. And then apart from the smart notes, you should use Kaplan book. Apart from smart notes, you should use Kaplan book and you should use Kaplan book for practice of examples, practice of examples and test understandings. Students, these examples and test understandings will play a vital role in the success of this paper because you can see almost 60 marks of your exam are MCQ based. There are multiple choice questions. And through these examples and test your understandings, you are going to tackle these 60 marks very easily. If you will solve all these examples and test your understandings, you're not going to fail this exam. So please practice all the examples and test your understandings of your Kaplan book. And still, if you have time, if you feel, if you are a full-time student and you have time to study after practicing examples and test your understandings, then you can read the Kaplan book as well. So reading the Kaplan book is always beneficial, but we have time constraint. We have just 2 months to memorize everything, to understand everything, and then for practice of questions as well. So first of all, you should focus on smart notes. First of all, you should focus on smart notes. You should memorize each and every point written on the smart notes. Then You should practice all the examples and test your understandings given in your Kaplan book. And still, if you have time, then you should read the Kaplan book as well. On the third level, Kaplan book reading. So if you will read the book, it will improve your concepts. You may have very good grip on the topics. So once we are done with the syllabus, then obviously syllabus is not complete without kit practice. So we will practice Kaplan kit. We will divide Kaplan kit in 3 portions. First of all, MCQs. Most of the time I will give these MCQs in assignment, because once you are done with practice of examples and test your understandings, these MCQs in the kit are very easy for you guys. So there will be no technicality at all in these MCQs once you are done with examples and test your understandings. So most of the time these MCQs will be your assignment. As far as MTQs are concerned, second section of your exam is concerned, multitask question are concerned, not all, but we are going to practice majority of them in the class. Class practice. I'm not saying all of them because there are a large number of questions given in your Kaplan kit, and due to time constraint, we are not able to practice all of the questions, but we will practice maximum number of questions in the class. And then constructive response questions, long questions, same way. There are large number of questions given in your Kaplan kit. I'm not saying that we will practice all of the questions, but we will practice maximum questions in our classes. So this is all about study pattern. The second problem you guys will face in this paper is it is easy. When you will study a topic, when you will read a topic, when you will find it very easy, and especially when you will practice examples and test your understandings, so you will say it is very easy topic. But there are so many topics. There are large number of topics you are going to memorize. So when you will study a single topic, you will find it is easy. But there are large number of topics. And there are so many rules which you are going to memorize. So this is basically a tough task, and this is basically the main task you are going to do in this paper. So once again, solution. So in order to reduce your burden, I have already told you guys, we will provide our smart notes, and these smart notes are currently used in so many institutes, and almost 20 plus countries are using my notes. My students are also teaching all over the world. They're also using these notes. So these notes will help you a lot. So we will provide our notes on 45 pages almost. Apart from these notes, there is an another very helpful document, and that is mind map. So what is mind map? Revision through quiz. So I have prepared a quiz for every topic for you guys. Once you are done with the topic, just open the mind map and you will see 2 3 very small questions related to that topic. Just close your notes, open your mind map, open that topic, and try to recall that topic in your mind. Try to recall all the rules related to that topic in your mind with the help of mind map. And if you are able to recall all those rules written in the smart notes with the help of this mind map, it means you are done with this topic. You have memorized this topic is stored in your mind, and you can move towards the next topic. But if you are unable to answer these questions written on the mind map, it means you need more time for this topic. So, with the help of these mind maps, you will not only you will be able to revise your topics, but you can also be able to assess yourself. Either you can move towards next topic, or you should give more time to this topic. You can also prioritize your study. For example, if you have revised a topic through mind map and you are able to revise each and every rule, it means you should not spend more time on this topic. So you should focus on those topics which need more time. So on which topics you need to spend more time, and what are the topics which do not require much time. So through this mind map, you are going to access this. Then obviously division through the mind map is guarantee to pass. So these mind map will guarantee your success in this paper. So if you will be able to revise whole of your taxation paper with the help of these mind maps, I guarantee that you are going to pass this paper, but not without kit of practice. So once you are done with the mind map, it means every rule is on your fingertips. Then you should have sufficient practice of Kaplan kit, and I guarantee you are going to pass this exam. Syllabus coverage. Students, wait. These smart notes, obviously, as you all know, UK Finance Act has changed recently, and these smart notes are in updation process. And I will give you these notes for only one part. I will give you these notes for one part, which we are going to start first of all, and later on, after maybe 2 weeks, uh, you will receive a complete copy of these notes. Okay, so first of all, we are going to start capital gains tax. First of all, we are going to start capital gains tax. And I will give you the notes of this area in the upcoming week. So you can start studying this paper. So first of all, we will cover capital gains tax. Then the next area will be income tax. Next one will be inheritance tax. Inheritance tax, value added tax, and at the end we are going to cover corporation tax. Okay, so depending upon response from the students, maybe I will shift income tax over here as well. So this is the plan right now. Maybe if I will feel, then I will shift income tax over here after the value added tax, because capital gains tax, inheritance tax, and value added tax, these are the small areas comparatively. So we will decide this sequence once we are done with capital gains tax. So right now this is the sequence, and if I will feel, then I will shift income tax after the value added tax. So in this way we will cover our syllabus. So students, thank you so much. See you in the next class.